Yep, it happens, guys. I'll explain here in a sec. Alright guys, so I gotta take this side thing off. I know there's a better way to take it off than taking the steps off and the thing, the screws are right here. But this is the only way I know how to do it. I know when I took this truck in to get my DEF filters replaced and cleaned, they just popped it off with the steps on and everything. But I forgot to ask them why they did it. But what I'm gonna do is take this off. There's some sensors located right back here. I'm gonna check and see if everything's working right. I believe that every time I go somewhere where it's like 30 below, it starts acting up on me. It starts beeping. So I think that the heater filter, I don't know, it's probably stuck closed. It could be stuck open and it's melting a sensor over there. So I'm gonna take this apart. I'm gonna see if I can bypass some stuff and buy whatever I need. Not tonight. Alright, you see I'm have an Amazon trailer on. Sorry for loud noise. I'm by a reefer. I contacted the ROC. They told me just to put a delay in. I told them they might have to come and get the trailer. You know, they said that's fine. So I put the delay in, 2-hour delay. I'm pretty sure they're gonna call me in like 2-3 hours, and I'm gonna have to let them know that they're gonna have to send somebody out to get this trailer. But until then, I'm gonna try to see what I can do, guys. All right. Yo, dang, this quality sucks compared to my other camera. But I'm doing it on the phone so I can edit it real fast and I have to download the footage from my camera to my phone and edit it. So I just wanted to give you guys a brief update, put this out. So I didn't take that side panel off all the way, just in case if I have to drive somewhere. I don't feel like putting that all back on. I looked it up. I thought it was something with the DEF, like a DEF sensor, certain sensor, which it is a DEF sensor. But when I looked at the light that was flashing, back when I bought this truck, it was like a DEF thing was flashing. It said DEF, and it was flashing. And when I look on my visor up here, it tells me like what it tells me what all the warning lights mean. When the DEF light is flashing, that means it needs a regen, a force regen, or well, when it's solid, it needs a you can drive and the truck will regen itself. Or if it's flashing, you need to pull over and do a force regen. There's a little force regen button in here. And that's happened before, where it was flashing, then a beeping sound came, and I just kept driving and the truck regened itself and it didn't derate. This time a light was flashing, but it was the light that lets me know when the DEF tank is almost empty or empty. That was flashing, and I got it confused with the other one, and that did derate my truck. Good thing I pulled over at this Pilot. I was gonna keep going because I was like 12 minutes away from like Baker, or is it Baker or Bars? I think it's Baker. They have a TA there. They have a Loves over there. They have a Pilot. There's like a lot of stuff over there. I was gonna try to make it there just in case something went wrong, but I decided to stop here just to see if I can do a regen, because I thought that was the sensor that was going out. Long story short, I looked up on the internet and it looks like the DEF level sensor is bad. So I don't know if it's bad or if, something came loose or what. I don't know. Or hopefully it's not the sensor, it's like the heating. Well, I think it is the sensor. But even though I look down there with the flashlight and the little bobble thing is at the top, and it's showing here that I have DEF in here, so it's not that sensor. So I do think it's the level sensor, but not the little bobble thing that lets you know if it's full or empty. I actually think it's the whole unit, which will be bad, because I'm looking on the internet and they're saying that everywhere is, that part is not available, and some people on like an 8-month standby for that part. So I'm hoping that's not the case, even though they said that Freightliner, not Freightliner, they said Freightliner International, whatever dealers that have the Cummins engine, they do a bypass. They bypass that sensor so you can keep driving until the part comes in. So I'm hoping the TA or other mechanics that have that software can do the bypass, or I'm hoping I can get it fixed. And I'm hoping that little part is not a couple of grand. Like I saw some online, they wanted like almost $3,000 for these parts just because it's a shortage right now. And I'm hoping that's not my case. But I did call ROC. I let them know that, I tried to fix the problem. My truck is derated, which they didn't even know what derated was. The people who you talk to, he's like, "What's derated?" I'm like, "Well, my truck only goes 15 miles an hour, and the next mechanic or the closest mechanic said they can get to me in the morning." So I was trying to see if they can send somebody out to come get this trailer. They said they will get in contact with me here in a little bit, so I'm eating some dinner. I'm gonna try to take my mind off this and watch some basketball or watch a movie. I'm just gonna relax because there's nothing I can do tonight. And then in the morning, I'm gonna try to figure it out. If I have to take it up to that TA and have them fix it, that's what I'm gonna have to do. And I'm only a couple hours away from Vegas. I'm like 2.5 hours, and my wife can just come up and get me. So yeah, we're gonna see. It's the weekend, so that's the sucky part, because today is Saturday and tomorrow's Sunday, and it sucks because on Sundays everything, on the weekends everything costs more because it's the weekend. So worst come to worst, I'm just gonna drop it off at the TA and they're gonna fix it Monday, and me and my wife and the kids can drive out here, Monday or Tuesday or something after school. I don't know. We have to figure it out. But that's where I'm at right now, guys. Keep trucking, keep rolling, keep me in your prayers, even though, like I said, I always try to look at the bright, I always try to look at the positives of what's going on. I could be 500 miles away from home, but I'm only a couple hundred miles, if that, away from home. The engine could be bad, which is not. It's just some sensor stuff. Usually with these trucks, it's all like the sensor problems, hoses, things like that is what usually goes wrong and will have you shut down. I know people are worried about the engine. They're made to go, they're tough engines. It's the parts, the vanes, the parts that, the other stuff is what usually goes wrong around that 1,000,000 mile mark. But yeah, guys. Alright, guys. So we are at In-N-Out Trucking over here in Barstow. So to give you guys an update on what happened, this morning I woke up, I turned my truck on because it was pretty warm outside. I turned it on so I can turn my AC on, and when I turned it on, the Derate and the flashing sign for the DEF that was warning me to put more DEF in, even though I already had DEF in there, that was gone. Started up the truck, Derate was gone. I hauled it over here to Barstow. I was like 13 minutes away. I pulled up here to In-N-Out Trucking. They hooked up the machine. They ran the diagnostics. One of the heater coils were bad, so the def was freezing up. So they're gonna fix that. They're gonna change out the harness that's on there. And I had a leak from my air compressor, one of the lines. It's a what do you call it? Copper line. It had a hole in it by one of the clamps. So they're gonna weld that back together because they don't have any in stock. All that's coming around just under $700. It's like 600 and something. So they're getting that done now. What happened with Amazon? Whenever something goes wrong with your truck, make sure you contact ROC. Let them know, hey, I'm having issues with my truck. I'm waiting for a tow, or I'm waiting for the mechanic. Give them an ETA. If it's, they're gonna call you back like in 8 hours, 7 hours. Whenever you tell them, hey, I should be out of here by this time, they're gonna call you around that ETA time to get an update. And if you need them to, say, hey, I need somebody to come pick up the trailer because my truck is not gonna be ready today or tomorrow or this whole week, or it'll be ready later on today. In my case, they did have somebody scheduled to come out here, but he didn't come in time. What I did was I called during the day. When you call during the business hours, you're gonna get a lead tech, I want to call them, not like the after hour people. So I was lucky enough. I got a lead tech. I'm gonna call him a lead ROC tech, and I asked them if they can make some adjustments to my tour. I was supposed to go from Vegas to San Bernardino, do a drop and hook, pick up an empty, and take it to like around the corner, and then pick up a loaded and take that to San Diego, do a drop and hook there, and then today around 5 o'clock pick up that loaded and head it back to Vegas. So what I had them do was I told them I can drop this trailer off. I can drop this trailer off in San Bernardino. I can pick an empty up and head back to Vegas and complete the stops I have in Vegas. And the lead tech went in and he changed it. Like first he went in there to see if he could change it. He could change it. So they just canceled those loads from San Diego, and they had me picking up an empty going to Vegas, and I'm gonna do 4 drop and hooks in Vegas and putting her back in the shop. I'm gonna get that. I have my bunk heater. I might not put it in the shop. I might do it myself, but it's a line rubber hose that's on my bunk heater. I'm gonna clamp it off and put like a shut-off valve on there, and then replace that hose. Just because it looks like where the gasket or the metal grommet connects to keep it, pinch it together. It looks like there's some little holes or something right there. That's what's giving me that leak. So I'm gonna fix that while I'm back home for a week, and hopefully everything goes good, man. So yeah, I got lucky. So I was gonna have to call a tow truck. That would have been 600 plus, maybe 1,000 just to go 13 miles. You never know, because I have the trailer on there. And then I'm happy they didn't have to replace the sensor. It was just a heating coil, because those things are hard to find, and they cost a lot, like over $1,400 they quoted me on. So we got a little luck there, guys. Yeah, so I'll keep you guys updated when I get back moving, or yeah. All right, family, peace out. Yeah, buddy. We are back on the road, baby. We back on the road. $700 later. In-N-Out Trucking got me in and out. Their reviews are horrible. I was kind of skeptical pulling up in there, but I figured the only people who's gonna leave a review are the people who are dissatisfied. The people who are satisfied, like me, I'm satisfied, but I haven't left a review yet, and hopefully I don't forget to leave them a review on Yelp. But their Yelp reviews are not that great, but the service is pretty good. The lead tech I was speaking with, he seemed like an honest person. They fixed a leak. I had a leak from my compressor hose. So they swapped that out for a new one or a different one. So that's pretty good right now. They did the force regen, so burnt off all the soot on my DPF filter, which is good. So I know that should be good for a little while. What else? They changed they said a harness, but I don't know if they changed the harness or not. On the receipt it says something about a heating coil was open, or they needed to replace the heating coil. So they did that. So my problem was, when I was up in Salt Lake, when it was it was like 29 degrees, 28 degrees in some parts, it froze my DEF. The heater's not working, the DEF got cold. So when I made it to the house, that light was on. I just parked the truck, I went home, I took a day off, came back out last night. I was driving, I drove for like a good 2 hours, 2.5 hours, then it started blinking. And then it derated on me once I stopped. And then that morning I woke up, it was warm outside, it was like pretty toasty, like I had my shirt off and everything. And I turned on my truck to turn my AC on, and all the codes were gone. So I drove to the TA. He told me, yeah, maybe your DEF was frozen, or it triggered the sensor, and by you turning your truck on and off, it resetted the system, because every time you turn off your engine, it does a reset. But he advised me to go over to In-N-Out Trucking, because they have the computer for Cummins engines, and they deal with a lot of internationals over there. And before I went over there, I read the reviews. The reviews are horrible, but I just went with my gut, like, what else do I have to, what else can I do at this point? So yeah, we made it over there. It took them about 4.5, 5 hours, somewhere around there, to do everything. Now I'm back on the road. We're heading to drop off this trailer at the airport, like San Bernardino, Riverside, in between there somewhere. I don't know. We're about an hour and 30 minutes away. So I'm flying down there and dropping this off. I'm gonna pick up an empty, fly to Vegas, drop that empty off. They got me bobtailing. I'm gonna pick up a preloaded, drop that off, and bobtail to my last stop. And then I'm going home, and I'm off for the week. And I'm gonna put my truck in the shop and see what's up with that transmission, because that warning light that they showed me for my transmission's been on for like a whole year. So yeah, so we're gonna get that fixed, and I'm gonna have to do my yearly inspection, and we should be good for 2023, knock on wood. I think I'm gonna even change my cabin airbag. I did one, I'm gonna do the other one. And yeah, so hey guys, I know I probably said this earlier, like, subscribe, hit that like button. I truly appreciate all of you who write messages down there. I do read them, I do respond. If you guys ever need to ask me any personal questions that you don't want to leave down there, just let me know. Ask for my email address and I'll give it to you guys. And you can ask me, if you have any personal questions or anything like that, I will respond to you. But yeah, guys, we're back rolling, baby. Day in the life of a truck driver. But yeah, we just rolling trucking, baby. Peace out. Alright guys, I made it back home. I just wanted to say God bless everybody out there. I know I thanked everybody for watching my channel like 4 or 5 times this video. But I really do appreciate you guys who watch my channel, who leaves comments and all that good stuff. It's a great feeling to have a community out here and have people who are really interested in furthering their careers and future in trucking. There's always an option out there. One thing about trucking is so many lanes, so many different opportunities, so many different business ventures in this trucking world. You just gotta pick and choose what fits you and your family. Well, anything's possible, man. As long as you put some dedication, some hard work in, anything can happen. Just a little advice to all my truckers out there who's thinking about getting their own truck, their own rig. The only advice I really can give you is if you do not like trucking, if you don't like being in these trucks, you don't get the itch to jump back in these trucks, do not buy a truck. Save your money up. If you're a company driver, you know, get your credit right. You know, invest money into other places. You know, use the opportunity you have with the money you're making with the company to further other things that you really want to do. But if you're getting into trucking because you think you're going to make a lot of money and it's going to be crazy, yes, your trucking company is going to make a lot of money. The company you all own. It's all about how you leverage it and how you make it work for you. Sorry. Well, only you are going to know if you're ready to start a trucking company. And if you don't have the urge to get in these trucks, or if your plan isn't to buy multiple trucks, you know, I wouldn't do it, because it looks easy, it looks like a lot of money out here, but it comes with a lot of stress. Things go bad, you gotta figure them out. You can't really call nobody to help, you know, hey, this and that. You really have to figure it out and have a how can I say it, like not a good conscience, but you can't get stressed out easily doing these treks, because things are gonna happen when you don't want them to happen, as we've seen here. You know, I wasn't expecting to spend all that money on this one trip, but it had to be done. They got my truck going, and we live to truck another day. But hey guys, this time I'm really over and out. I really appreciate you guys. Until the next video, peace out.
Just rolling trucking. What's going on, man?